What's going on, everybody? Another day, another dollar to be made. Don't know about you, but I'm out to get them, y'all. So let's make today a good day. Let's make today a positive day. So what they say, positive vibes all day. That's what they say. We're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about single parenting. We're gonna talk about raising your kids in a house when it's only one parent. Whether it's the mother, whether it's the father, whether it's an uncle, grandma, auntie, cousins, because some people got big cousins that raise them, however you want to look at it. But that's what we going today. So, first thing I want to start off by saying is it's hard to raise kids in today's world where you can't put your hands on them. They don't really want to listen to you because they think you don't know nothing. And by the fact that you can't put your hands on them, it kind of limit what you can do to them because the discipline is not there. There's only so much you can say with your mouth. There's only so much you can say without getting physical sometimes. You know what I'm saying? All kids don't need to be hit. All kids don't need to be chastised. All kids don't need to, that kind of discipline. But it's always good to have that as a last resort. That's how I grew up, and that's how a lot of people in my time grew up. Because nowadays, things are not the same as they were back when we grew up. We used to get whoopings. We used to get extension cords and switches and the belts, the brooms, the shoes. Yeah, that's how we grew up. When I say we, I'm gonna say me, cause I don't know how y'all grew up, but yeah, I stayed in something, so it was a lot of ways I got dealt with. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know about you, but yeah, kids nowadays they're entitled. They think they're entitled to the things you have in life without going through the struggles you went through in life to get the things. They think because they grew up every day and had a roof over their head and food on the table and nice clothes, or it ain't even gotta be nice clothes. Just the point of having a different outfit to wear every day. They think they're entitled to that. And it's like they don't feel like nowadays they gotta get up and work. They don't have to go look for a job because mom's gonna help me, pop's gonna help me, grandma's gonna help me, my aunt's gonna help me, my uncle's gonna help me. Someone's gonna help me get where I need to be. And it's like they feel like they don't have to do it on their own. And I'm gonna say that a lot of parents nowadays have taken the back seat role and kind of make kids think that it's okay to think like that. It's okay to think I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna take care of you. Cause back in my time, I'm gonna keep on saying my time. Back in my time, yeah, your kids, you take care of your kids. You'll do what you need to do for them. But at the end of the day, you kind of like, how should I say? I don't want to say reward them, but you kind of like reward them. You know what I'm saying? If you go to college, yeah, I help you get your car. I help you get your first house. But what if that kid don't go to college? Do you still help them get their first house? Do you still help them get their first car? You get what I'm saying? It's like you reward them for the good things they do, but if they don't accomplish those good things, are they kind of like left for dead, or are they just like figure it out on your own since you didn't do what you were supposed to do? Because a lot of us didn't do what we were supposed to do, and we still kind of made it through life. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people I know that didn't graduate or didn't get their GED or high school diplomas, but still living a successful life. They got nice cars, they got nice house, they got nice things in their house. They dress nice. They accomplish the things they need to accomplish in life to be where they need to be, should I say. But then on the other hand, I have seen cats that were doing great in school. A's, B's, honor rolls. You know what I'm saying? And they be the people you see out here sometimes begging for food. And you be like, wow, how did you turn into the person that's begging for change when you was the smartest person in my class? Something stuck with me. My daughter told me this. She went to Howard. Smart baby. After finishing Michigan State. Smart baby. She told me, I said, babe, you want to play basketball? You want me to teach you how to play basketball? You want to play a sport? And she say, no, Dad, I want to be known for being smart. And I had never heard that before. I've never heard nobody tell me that before. And it was like different to me because it was like, you can be rich off playing basketball. You can be rich off of playing volleyball. You can be rich off, so many different ways of doing it. But it was like just using your noggin to make your money didn't really seem like the way out for me. I didn't think I was gonna be out for my kids. I thought, maybe one of them will pick up the trait that Pops know how to play basketball and they gonna make it through. It's still not over. I still got two more out here that got a chance to do exactly what I'm talking about. It might not be basketball, it might be soccer, it might be track. You know what I'm saying? I got kids that like to play sports. They like to be active out here. So I don't know about you and yours. But I see a lot of sports moms on the gram. I see a lot of sports moms on the book. I see a lot of, and I really do. I really love seeing it. I love seeing fathers taking their kids to the park. I love seeing fathers just really posting them spending time with their kids, because there's a lot of fathers out here that don't spend time with their kids. It's like they out here doing them, living their life, and you would think if you live in your life, when you want your kids to have the best life too, but it don't always seem to go like that. It's like sometimes the father be like, you with your mama, you your mama's responsibility. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for you, but at the end of the day, you your mama's. That's who you live with, that's who you with, that's who everything falls down on. And that's not the way to look at it, but that's the way a lot of guys do it. And there's a lot of guys out here that just say the hell with everything and just not gonna do anything. They want the title of being a father, they want the title of being a dad, but they don't do anything to uphold that name. They make a lot of us look bad. Then there's a lot of mothers out here to make dads look bad because they won't allow you to do for your kids the way you're supposed to do for your kids. They keep them from you as a hurting tactic or a move on tactic because they're trying to get over you. So the only way to get over you is not to deal with you. So they take their kids and take your kids and they kind of move on in life without you, but still expect you to do the things you would do as if you were there, and it's not the same. Yeah, the responsibility still falls down on you, but out of mind, out of sight. It's like if you're not here and I can't see that you need a pair of shoes today, I'm not getting you a pair of shoes today. I can't see you got a hole busted in your pants because you've been outside playing and you need some pants. You're not getting those pair of pants. Not from Pops, not from the parent that's on the outside. Because it's the way you kind of made it. And then it's like they talk about you and they judge you and they tell you you a deadbeat dad. Well, you can be a deadbeat parent and be in the same household with the child. If you're not spending that time with that kid, if you're not helping that kid through life, or every time you say something to the kid, it's a negative, or you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes kids just want to be loved, and it's like as a parent, you kind of forget that sometimes because you still trying to figure out your life and live your life, and you forget that now you got a head to help out, or you got two heads to help out and teach. And how can you teach someone when you don't know everything you need to know to help them where they need to be helped at? So you have a lot of kids out here experimenting, trying to find love in the streets, trying to find love in drugs, trying to find love on the internet, on video games. It's like the world has changed in so many different ways from when I grew up. It was no internet when I grew up. It was no social media. It was no... If I didn't see you in school or in the neighborhood, I don't know you. I wouldn't know you. I would never see you. But nowadays, it's easier for kids to do the things they do. It's easier for them to find a resource or a way out. Because this internet where you can play the video games online and connect and talk to so many different people from all over the world, and it's crazy because you don't really have to be around people anymore. It's made it to where I can have people I know that you don't know, but you kind of know better than the people you do know because you're around them way more and talk to them way more than you talk to people in your right next door or in the same block or in the neighborhood, because we're equipping our kids to be homebodies, stay at home, stay on your tablets, stay on your iPads, stay on your game systems, stay on the computers, stay on your phones, instead of just going out here like we used to do, go outside and play. When they say go outside and play, that don't mean go sit on the porch and be on your phone. Go sit on the porch and be on your tablet. It meant go outside, run around, sweat, climb a tree, hop a fence, go play in dirt. That's let's go outside and play. Go play basketball. Go double dutch. Go whatever it is as a kid. The kids do. But nowadays, that's not what they do no more. They just sit around and play games and be on phones and network. Not networking. So you be trying to figure out, it's like, you try to help your kids find, like I say, the love they need at home. But it's hard to find the love at home when you don't have love in the home. Love in the home. Explain that, Lance. Love in the home. Love in the home is we have family time at home. Not a time where you're making me sit around you because you want to post it on the gram that, hey, we're doing this today as a family, but the family's not really happy. You're just making it look like the family's happy. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people posting stuff that's really not factual. It's not truthful. It's not for real. It might be real for you because you're doing it for the gram. You're doing it for the book. But when you get off that camera and life really is what it is before you put that little front on for the 5 or 10 minutes for your story or whatever, what is it? Are your kids happy at home? Do your kids want to be around you? Do your kids want to talk to you? Can your kids talk to you? A lot of parents think their kids can talk to them, but have no idea that their kids don't know how to talk to them, don't know how to open up to them, don't know how to express their feelings. Ma, I'm depressed. Why are you depressed? I'm just not feeling it today, Ma. I'm just not happy today. Why are you not happy? A lot of parents don't even get those conversations because they don't understand how to make their kids happy, what it'll take to make their kids happy, why the kids not happy. I get you everything you want. You got all the nice shoes, you get all the nice clothes, I buy all the nice games, the lights on, the gas on, you have a roof over your head. But they're not happy because they're not getting that love, that connection, that bond. Because I knew growing up, it was like, me and my moms, we had like a rough relationship. It was like rocky. She was funny, but it was like, I didn't really want to be around her because I didn't think the love was there. I didn't think it was genuine. I didn't think she liked me, but growing up, it wasn't her job to like me. It was her job to love me. And in her loving me, it wasn't to be my friend. You know, that's what we do as parents now, growing up in this era. We become our kids' friends, you know what I'm saying? It's like we don't want to discipline them and tell them the stuff that's going to hurt their feelings or the stuff they need to hear because we're trying to keep that line open to being their friend. And then when they grow up and disrespect us, because that's what they do to their friends, you get a kind of like, you feel a certain kind of way about it because you're like, hey, I'm your mother, I'm your father, I'm the adult in the house. Well, no, they're adults too. And they don't want to listen because you're their friend. And they don't have to listen to their friends because friends are friends. They don't have to pay attention to their friends. Now, if you had kept that adult figure or the parent figure the whole life, then they would have no choice but to be used to and fall in line to the things you say because that's what they've been doing all their life. They've been taught that. But it's like, it's a bridge between that now. It's like, now kids think, I don't have to, we going out to drink together, we going out to smoke together, your friends are my friends are your friends, and it's like, when did we become that? I'm 43 and I don't have the same friends my 20-year-old son has. Why? Because we're on two different levels and our mind levels are two different. I tell my kids all the time, I'm not here to be your friend. If you don't like me because I'm not your friend, that's something you're going to have to deal with. But I'm not going to be the guy that's going to sit here and tell you everything you want to hear just to make you feel good. As a parent, I feel like we got to say the stuff that's hard, the stuff they need to hear that only we know because we done been through it. And we can teach them because we know how to get around certain things better than most people because we done been through a lot more than most people. It's getting hot in here, so I got to let the window down, y'all. I might roll it back up depending on how loud it gets, but it's hot right now. They keep the flies out too. I hate flies. But anyway, I see so many parents out here just BFFing with their kids. Now, don't get it twisted. When your kid hit a certain age and you so happy your kid reached that milestone in life, whether it's 21, 25, 30, that you feel like now I can have that best friend I never had because they know me better than most people know me. They know me better than a lot of people know me because they done been around me for so long. I don't watch them and raise them, or I said raise them, right? Most of these kids are not getting raised. They're just being sheltered. And when I say sheltered, I'm saying sheltered as in I'm giving you a roof over your head, a room to be in. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. I'm doing what I want to do. I gave you a room to do what you want to do. Why is it that you want to be bothered with me? It's like parents. I'm all over the place again. Once again, I told you. I'm all over the place, but I'm all on one. So you just got to follow me sometimes. Like I said, this is a rant. This ain't a podcast. This isn't a, you know what I'm saying? This is me ranting, and rants. You be all over the place in rants. So expect that. Oh, another thing, and being a single parent, you can't have your kids around everybody you're dealing with. Everybody's not going to be the next dad. Everybody's not going to be the next mom. Matter of fact, there's only one dad and there's only one mom. All that step stuff people say, and I don't believe in that. So if you hear me frown on it and talk down on it, I don't like it. It's not real to me. I don't want to be nobody's stepdaddy. I don't want to be nobody's step nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in step brothers. I don't believe in none of that stuff. What's step? Either you are or you're not. And when it comes to being someone else's father, no, you can look at me as a father figure because I done taught you life lessons and you respect me in that form, but I'll never be no one else's father. I got 5 kids of my own. 5 kids to father. I don't need another, no one's to father. You know what I'm saying? I got mine. Now, will I give you advice on yours to try to help you or try to, guide you in a certain way that I think will be helpful? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do as friends, but parents leave it up to some parents. They get a mother, you get a father. I'm gonna say a father, okay? And he gets with a woman, and the woman seems to have her head on straight. So you kind of like fall back and you say, okay, I'm gonna let the woman do the cooking. I'm gonna let the woman feed my kids. I'm gonna let the woman wash my kids' clothes. I'm gonna let the woman be the mother figure that my kid is lacking while they're with me. Then when they go home, they got a real mother that's living a certain kind of way or living a different lifestyle than you're living. So now your kid has 2 different mother figures to look up and model and trying to figure out which way is the right way because they might be living 2 different ways. And it's kind of hard on the kid because now they're looking at my real mom does this. I don't like it. I don't like she's always on my back. I don't like the fact that she's always trying to whoop me or she always got something to say. But when I go over dad's house and his girlfriend, my stepmom, she don't care about nothing. She allows me to do whatever I want to do, and it's like I like her better than my real moms because she's a lot more lax. She's a lot more easy to talk to because I know at the end of the day, she can't hurt me the way my mother could, or she can't hurt me the way my father could because I'm not really their responsibility. Then we gonna go vice versa and flip that thing. It's like when you got a mother raising a child, and we gonna say it's a boy. we gonna say it's a boy. You feel like a boy can't be raised by a woman, so you feel the man in your life is gonna raise your boy to be a man because first of all, you chose him as a man, so you like some features in this guy. You like the quality of this guy. You like the way he carries himself. So you be looking at him like, yeah, he can be a role model for mine because he take care of his. And I like the way he do himself. I like the way he does with other people. I can see him helping me raise my kids. So you have him chastise your son because you think it takes a man to raise a man when I wasn't raised by no man. I was raised by a woman, and I think I'm just fine. Did I grow up just fine? No, I had my ups and my downs, but I learned from them. That's what men do. But as in a whole, you can't let another man raise your child. You can't let another man put his hands on your child. because it builds a whole different, you know what I'm saying? And I thank my mom's because she never let none of her men that she dealt with in her lifetime and her growing up and being a single parent put their hands on me or my brother. So I appreciate that because I don't know what it feel like for another man besides a family member to put their hand on me. I don't know how I would take that. And I'm not going to be putting my hands on other people's kids because I wasn't raised like that. I don't do that. You got these fathers out here that get mad because there's another man in the household and they don't want their man saying anything to their kid because it's not them. But in the same sense, they're not saying anything either. They're not doing anything either. So you trying to tell me your son, your daughter, supposed to grow up with no guidance, no correction, no discipline because you're not there? No, I wasn't raised like that. And I don't operate like that. Do I want somebody putting their hands on my kids? No, I don't. But if that's what it takes, because I'm not there and to fill that void because the mother's not letting me do the job of the father, somebody got to get these kids in line because the world is crazy now. There's so much going on out here. So many things happening out here. It's not safe just not to be living in a structure where you can communicate, go back and forth, and realize that everything's not going to be the way you want it to be. Everything's not going to turn out the way you want to turn out. And say, okay, fine. It's tough out here, y'all. I know. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough because at the end of the day, you just want what's best for your kids. You just want them to grow up and have the best life they can have. You want them to have the things you didn't have. You want them to see places you haven't seen. It's just the way we go about doing it. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. The way we try to figure out and go through life. We try to be role models, some of us. Then some of us don't. Some of us, like I say, we take the easy way out and say, breaking up with your mama was the best thing that happened to me because first of all, I got the stress off of her off me. You're not going to never tell the kids you got the stress off of them off of you too because it's like, man, you don't know. You wear size 9. Your shoes cost the same amount as mine. And you're only 15. You're only 12. So now I'm buying me a $150 pair of shoes, $200 pair of shoes. I got to buy you a $200 pair of shoes, which is $400 now, where I'm used to only spending $80 for your shoes. There's so many things we just got to do, you know? It's just being parents. Parenting is not easy. Because it's parenting and growing at the same time. The same thing you tell your kid today might not be the same thing you're going to tell them 2 years from now because you done grew, you done learned, you done figure out some more things. So it's like the good stuff you think you got now might be great stuff in a few years. You get what I'm saying? Stuff that you thought was good this year might be horrible in a couple of years after you sit there and realize what you've been saying has been false and wrong and teaching has been wrong. But do you have the decency to say, you know what, I messed up. What I told you was wrong. I see why you messed up here because something I told you or you seen me doing it so you thought it was okay to do it. Even though I didn't tell you it was okay to do it, you saw me doing it so much that you just figured, hey, it's cool to sleep with 4 different women because my dad is a player. I see him with different women every day or a girl. It's cool for me to have 5 different men to get me what I want because one can't do it because I'm not just going to settle for one man. You know, no, it's not okay. You don't want your kids growing up thinking that lifestyle is fine. But you will because you don't notice that your kids is noticing everything you do. You hear it, you know, you say it, but you really think that you can sneak past and slip by, and you can't. They see everything we do, everything we say. We on the phones talking to friends. Don't think they're not listening to how we talk, the language we use, and the things we're saying. And they're putting it into life. They learning from us for real. They really are. And we don't know the plate that we got them eating off of because we don't know exactly what we're feeding them because we don't know that they're snacking off our plate. We're thinking we just talking to our people on the phone, whether it's a guy or a girl or your homeboy, and you just talking reckless in front of them or in your room and they just downstairs being nosy. the next door being nosy because their room is next to yours, or they're sitting in the kitchen and you're in the dining room. You gotta be careful how you gotta be careful what you do around your kids, period. But some things just don't need to be done in the same household as your kids. But in the same sense, you can't always be gone from your kids. You got to spend time with your kids. You got to show your kids life out here, because if you don't show them, they won't want to see life, because a lot of kids don't think there's nothing outside of just being on their neighborhood block, in their neighborhood. They don't know how big the world is. They don't understand life issues and where you can be happy today and sad tomorrow. They don't understand all that yet because they haven't really experienced life. And it's our job to teach them as parents, single or together. It's like none of my friends growing up had two people in their household. Not their real dad and their real moms, none of them. I'm just thinking back in my head, and I'm like, so many single parents raising my friends to be great men, great women out here. And it's like, it became the norm. To see somebody with two parents in the house, that's not normal at all. It should be, but it's not, because relationships don't seem to last. I'd rather be friends with a person than to be in a relationship nowadays, because friendships tend to last more than relationships will ever last. They be like, I want to be in a relationship, I want to be your boyfriend, no, you better off just being my friend, because at the end of the day, this friendship can last forever. But a relationship, you can say the wrong thing, you can do the wrong thing, and a relationship can be over with, and you'll never be friends again just because you should have just left it as friends and you took it somewhere else. Back on the kids though, we gotta teach them respect, y'all. We gotta make them understand that it ain't easy out here, and if you're gonna figure it out, you better look at the stuff I'm writing on this clipboard and take heed to it, because I'm not perfect. You're not gonna be perfect. The only way you're gonna figure these things out is to bump your head a couple times. I'd just rather you not bump your head in front of me, because I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know, not to bump your head. But in the same sense of me telling you this, I know I'm gonna have to watch you bump your head. I'm gonna have to come back and listen to the stories of you bumping your head to tell me, hey Pops, I got it now, I remember when you told me. Or, hey Ma, remember when you told me you can have money and still be broke? It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense then, but it makes a lot of sense now. My grandmother told me that when I was younger. I thought she was crazy. She was like, son, you gonna have times when you got money and you ain't gonna be able to spend it. And in my head, I'm like, Grandma, how you gonna have money and can't spend it? If I got money, I'm spending it. Now, I understand, Grandma, I got it. 40 something years later, right? I got it. But I got it way before 40 years ago. I got it like 28 or 29, maybe 30. But I got it. It didn't make sense then, though. I was like, what is she talking about? She's talking crazy. I'm all over the place. I know. I just be all over the place, man. But I just got to get what I got to get out. I don't know, y'all. I'm going to say, just be the best parent you can be. Help your kids whatever they need to be helped with. Whether it's schoolwork, life lessons. If you got to be a mother and try to be a father too, wear it. If you got to be a father and try to be a mother too, wear it. Because your kids need you out here. They need you more than you think they need you. Especially in the way we live in now, they really do need you. There's so many drugs and lures out here for them to get connected to, and you don't want them finding love in no street gang. You don't want them finding love on the internet in some crazy website where they talking to crazy dudes out here trying to do things to kids. You don't want that. So if your kid want to talk to you, leave that lifeline open and that door open, just so they can come in and say, I got some stuff on my mind I want to talk about, and they don't have to feel scared or discouraged to talk to you. Because you don't want them getting it from anyone else. You don't want them going to somebody else they think they can open up and be more comfortable to talk to besides you. You don't. And it's like when I make these videos, you think it's like a 30-minute rant right now, right? Yeah. But in these 30-minute rants, I go back and